Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing great wherever you are. If you are a subscriber or have been watching my videos, I would like to thank you most sincerely for your support. And if you're joining me for the first time, I'd like to take this chance to welcome you warmly. Please consider subscribing so we can learn together, challenge each other, and inspire each other to be better and to help make the world better. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that is very important, but most of us don't take time to talk about it for many reasons. So it's money, financial health, or financial independence. Financial independence, I think, is probably financial independence is probably the ultimate, an ultimate goal that everyone maybe hopes to achieve. But I'm not talking about financial independence. I'm talking about just financial health. If maybe you're not familiar with the term financial independence, it refers to the state of affairs or state of being in which you don't have to work to pay your living expenses. So basically, you have enough money and you can choose not to work. So it means you have enough money and maybe enough assets, and those assets are producing money for you on a regular basis. So whether you work or not doesn't really matter. So you can choose to work or not. You can choose to work or not work. So in other words, working is just a choice. You work maybe because you love the work, but you're not working just for money. A lot of people work because they need the money. But if you're financially independent, you have enough money, you have enough assets that are producing money on a regular basis. So you can choose to do whatever you want. You can choose to travel, you can choose to stay home and sleep all day. You can use the time you have to do things that you love. So if one of those things that you love is working, then that's fine. So that's financial independence. And yeah, but I'm not. I'm not. While that's important, while it's the ultimate goal for many people, I'm not. I don't want to focus on that. I would like to talk about maybe the very initial stages of that process, the process that would lead you to financial independence. A lot of people, me included, learn or get jobs, acquire jobs, or are able to make money, say on a monthly basis. So every month, if you're employed, you get paid, you receive a salary. Some people, depending on the nature of their job or the nature of their work, they call it wages. So there's pay, there's money you get paid at the end of the month. Some get paid after 2 weeks or every 2 weeks. But most people, including those who earn or who have very good salaries, they don't really have very good financial health, and they end up usually not being financially independent. So they have to work all their life. They have to work until they retire. And even after retiring, they are not financially independent. They have to rely, or they rely on their pension. Yeah. So a lot of people are like that. So why is it like that? So why do people get money or they're paid just good salaries, decent salaries, but they don't gain financial independence? they live throughout their work life or throughout their working life, they live paycheck to paycheck. And I would like to say maybe sadly I'm in that category. I cannot claim that I'm financially independent now. I've been trying to change that situation, but I'm not really there yet. And so the reason that I am not independent, and I think that the reason that a lot of people who are employed and are earning or get paid a decent amount of money, the reason that they are not financially independent, or the reason that they are not, or they don't have very good financial health, um, has to do with how they manage their money that they receive. A lot of people, and I can talk about myself, but let me just talk generally. So a lot of people uh, do not do not keep any of the money they receive. So the money comes in, they pay all their bills, they spend all the money, and at the end of the day, there's nothing that they retain. There's nothing that they have left. There's nothing that they can use maybe to generate more money. So it's like money is coming through their hands, and it's just passing on. So money comes through, they receive the money, and the money goes away. So they pay bills, um, they take care of their day-to-day expenses, but nothing, or no dollar, no shilling is left. So you end up just living paycheck to paycheck. So you spend that money. Maybe if you receive your pay at the end of the month, by the 10th, by the 15th, you don't have any left. You are living paycheck to paycheck. And yeah, the other reasons too. So I'm just simplifying and saying that the reason is because they spend all the money on the day-to-day expenses. But there are other reasons, and this I think it's going to be it's going to be different from person to person. Some people some people may not have enough money, or may not, or their financial health might not be very good because of maybe their priorities. So they have priorities, and those priorities don't support generating money. So if your priority, for example, is to have fun, to have a good life now, chances are that all your money is going to be spent on partying, on buying things that you probably don't need, but they gratify you, they make you happy at that time. So you don't see that there is need to spend, to invest, or to spend in moderation, and find ways of maybe making more money out of what you have. So for you, living now and then is the key, or is key to you. It's important to you. For some, it could just be that they don't make enough money. So you don't have enough money. So the money that comes all goes maybe towards buying food, paying rent, and after that you have nothing left. Maybe if you live in Africa, in a country like Kenya, you have to pay school fees for your children. So yeah, so there is a chance that you don't have enough, and there's nothing maybe that is left for you to invest. And another reason could just be that you do indeed have money, extra money, but you spend that money to buy assets that are very, very illiquid. So you buy assets that don't that have value, yes, but they don't give you money right away. I think this is very common in Kenya, for example. People would buy plots of land or tracts of land that they don't start using right away. So that's money that is, or those are assets that are appreciating, but you don't have access to the money. Whereas maybe if someone invested that money in buying a house or building a house that they rent out, that house can start bringing in money right away, and help. It can help the person's day-to-day expenses. They can use the money to pay those expenses. So, and another possible reason like why people might not be in the best financial health, it has to do with just not living within someone's means. So you get money, but you spend more. So here you take on debt. So if you have debt, and or if you need something that you don't have maybe money, you put that money, or you use a credit card, for example, or you take a loan. So if you take the loan, it's going to take you it's going to take you a long time to repay that debt. And if that money, for example, was spent on things that are not assets, things that you maybe just took the money and you spend it having a good time. You didn't invest it in any way. You didn't buy any assets. So it just went like that, and you are left with a debt that you have to service maybe over a 5 or 6 year time period. So here you are living beyond your means. The money you get is not enough, or you're getting it could be enough, but you have inflated your needs. You have so many things that you want to use the money for, and you are not disciplined. So you go on and take a debt to finance some of the things that you need, or that you feel you need, when you probably don't really need those things. So there are many reasons why people don't have good financial health, and why they also don't end up being financially independent. And maybe one important reason that I mentioned has to do with investing. A lot of people don't invest, and a lot of people are not aware, or they have no knowledge about the investment options that are out there. I did mention earlier on that in Kenya, most people invest only in buying land, in buying plots in towns, in urban areas, and that's it. And we know that those are very, very capital intensive investments, capital intensive assets. You need lots of money to buy land. In cities, for example, it takes a lot of time, a lot of money to do that. And putting up a house is even more expensive. It needs a lot of money to do that. So, but there are other investment options there are, but most people don't consider those. Either they're not aware of those options, or they feel that those options are very risky. So I'm thinking of maybe investing in stock exchanges, buying shares of publicly traded companies. That option is probably the easiest. It doesn't require tons and tons of money, but you can invest in small bits. You can invest small amounts of money, and if you are patient, and invested over a long period of time, you can actually achieve financial independence. And yeah, I can talk about this. I think actually I will. Let me not say I think. I will talk more about investing um, in um, in the stock market, stock exchanges. I'll talk about that. I'll make more videos about this because I think this is important and it can help many people. I'm not saying that investing in the stock market or in the stock exchanges is the only way, or it's the only option that you have as a person who has some little money or who is able to make money on a monthly basis. There are other options. You can consider, for example, treasury bills, or you can consider bonds. In the Western world, in Canada, in the US, and other Western developed countries, investing in bonds is not as great now because the interest is very low. You don't get much, you don't get paid much, you don't get much. But in developing countries, in Kenya, for example, I think you still can get a decent amount of money from bonds. I think now I'm not exactly sure. I can maybe check this later. The last time I checked, I think the rates or the interests were maybe around 7%, 8%, both for bonds and for treasury bills. So that's an option. Another option is maybe business. If you start a business and you own the entire business, that can also, it's a good investment. It requires a lot of work, so it's not something that you just put your money there, but you need to work on it on a daily basis. You need to manage people who help you in that business. So this is an option that is probably not as good for people who are employed. So if you have to go to work every day, if you have to go to work from Monday to Friday, then chances are that you will not have enough time to run the business. Even if you might be able to run maybe an internet-based business, and maybe this is something that we can explore also in future videos. But the regular type businesses of maybe operating or running a physical store, a physical shop, that requires a lot of work. It requires your presence. And if you have to work, if you have to go to work, you won't have time for that. But if you can have or find a business that you can run, that's a very very good investment, and it can bring you lots of money. Yeah. So the other options that we can talk about as we go along, as I can make videos about them, but for now, I think those are the ones that the three are the ones that are that I've chosen to list or mention today. I think I did talk about real estate, but that's as I said, that's very capital intensive. If you have money, or if you know how to use other people's money, how to use money from banks, it will be, yeah, it's a great investment. Yeah, but I would like to say or to encourage people, especially those from African countries, that if you go into real estate, be sure that you put your money in an asset that brings you money. So even though maybe you are paying back the debt, you have money also coming in from your investment. Let it not be that investment where you put the money there, and the money stays there, and nothing is coming out of that. So if you buy a piece of land, if you buy a plot in a city, and you don't develop it right away, it's an asset. It appreciates if you decide to sell it, but it's not giving you back any money. It's not going to give you back money for some time. So servicing the loan will be hard. You'll only be using your pay, your salary to do that. But if it were a house that you bought a house that is already complete, and you found a tenant who would live there and pay you, that's good. You can use some of that money to help you pay back the debt, or you can use it to you can use it to pay for your other expenses. So several options that people, especially who are working or have ways of making money on a regular basis, bi-weekly or monthly. So if you have such, then consider investing in the stock market, or consider investing in treasury bills and bonds. And if you can have, or if you are able to use other people's money, if you can get loans, if you can get a mortgage, you can invest in real estate. So let me stop here. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please comment or ask those questions here below in the comment section. If there is anything that you'd like me to talk about, I realize most people who know me, you know that I'm not a financial expert, but I have lived in this world for some time now, and I've been employed for a long time, and I have learned one or two things about money and managing money. So I know those things that maybe I should not have done. I know things that maybe are not or do not help one build their or improve their financial health. I know what one can do to put themselves on a firm path towards financial independence. I know that if I knew the information I know now, I would be a very, very rich person if I knew this information earlier. So if you're just starting out, and or even if you've also been working and you are maybe struggling just like me now, keep with me, watch my videos, and ask questions, make comments, and I will respond to those questions, to those comments, and I'll make more videos about money. I will make a video in the near future about investing in the stock market. There are many ways, or that there are many ways of investment. So it's not just like one way of investing. It's not like there are different ways of investing. You can choose to focus on value. You can choose to focus on growth. You can choose to focus on dividends. So there are different ways of doing it, and I'll make a video on this. So please make comments and ask questions. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And let's grow together. Let's challenge each other. Let's inspire each other. And let's make Africa better. Let's make the world better. Thank you.